Hi everyone, welcome to A Beer with Brad, episode number 61. Tonight I'm having a double dry hop fairy nectar from Kros Strain Brewing Company. This beer's been around for a long time. I think back towards the beginning of Kros Strain, not too long after they came out with their regular line of fairy nectar. I think the double dry hop was right behind it, if I remember right. It's been a long time now, but this is really one of my favorite beers. It just has a great flavor. I mean, the regular fairy nectar is awesome. This is awesome too. I love the 16-ounce cans that it comes in compared to the Kros Strain regular fairy nectar that comes into the 12-ounce cans. And just an all-around good beer that right now you can find just about anywhere. Up the Casual Pint, they usually have it, and in most of the grocery stores around here, they usually have it. All the bottle shops usually have it. So it's a silver medal winner, and just like I said, it has a great flavor. I do a lot of different hazy IPAs, and every time I come back to this one, it's almost like a nice, refreshing palate cleanser, so to speak. But a great beer. And tonight I'm drinking out of a nice new glass that Jeff Hardy from Kros Strain handed me last time I ran into him. So, Kros Strain Double Dry Hop Fairy Nectar. Cheers. Before we get into this month's episode, I do want to let everyone know that the Countryside Village Art Fair is coming up in just a few weeks. This year it is on May 30th from 10 to 5 p.m. and then Sunday, May 31st from 10 to 4 p.m. Talk about that a little more at the end of this episode, but before anyone drifts off and falls asleep on me here, I just want to throw that out there. Last weekend in May, Countryside Village Art Fair. One of my favorite art fairs. It's right up the street here. I always enjoy doing it. So, Beer with Brad, episode 60 came out in February, and those of you that watch every month probably know that was the last episode that I put out. So here's what happened was March episode was ready to come out. I actually recorded the March episode. I edited the March episode. I watched the March episode several times, and it was too negative. I sat here for a half hour and complained, and I told myself when I first started doing Beer with Brad that like these are going to be fun episodes. They're going to be informative, upbeat, positive, just kind of what I'm doing, what I see in photography, what I like. And I came on here and complained for a half hour about everything that's wrong with photography. And I decided, you know what, this month we're just going to skip it. I'll either make up for it here in a couple weeks, or I will do one in April. Well, then April rolls around, and I didn't do one in April either. So I figured with the art fair coming up, I better at least get on here, talk about the art fair for a minute, but also kind of explain what I have been up to. So I wrote it all down because a lot of times when I do these Beers Brad, I'm just kind of rolling freestyle with it, and I kind of forget an item or two. So after I did not finish the March one, I went on my annual Sandhill Crane trip, and that was awesome. It was super warm out there. The first 3 days, almost no wind, very warm temperatures. The birds were in the river, I mean, all day pretty much. Sometimes they'd leave for a while in the morning and come back. Sometimes they stayed out there, or at least groups of them stay out in the river all day. Awesome photography. I haven't even looked at those photos yet, but I just know that the whole weekend was great. Sunday morning, a front did come through and it got pretty windy, but the temperature wasn't terrible. Colder than it had been, but nothing like it can be out there in March. So I do have a plan to release 3 or 4 videos coming up from this year's 2026 Sandhill Crane Photography trip. But I do still have one video I never finished. About the same time my last Beer with Brad didn't come out, the last crane video from last year never came out either. So just kind of, I don't know, got busy and got into kind of a funk with the I don't know, just wasn't feeling it. So April came around and I didn't have anything to talk about. And like I said, I was busy. I was trying to think of something, at least get on here and make up for not doing a March video. Time came and went, and so I just kind of punted that one too. So what happened in April was I did a presentation to the Fontenelle Forest Camera Club, or Photography Club. And to prepare for that, I went back all the way to 2007 and went through all my aerial photos from 2007 up to 2025 and reprocessed them. I had already started this because I was supposed to do a Fontenelle Forest Camera Club presentation a couple years ago and it got snowed out. I had it almost done, but then I had a few more years to add to it, and then I saw a couple things that I missed, a couple things that weren't really processed the way I would today. So went back, went through them all one more time. A lot of them I kept the way they were from the first presentation, but I added a few more and reprocessed a few of those. So that went really well. It was a very nice day in March, and there was only, they said normally about 25 people would show up. And I got there and there was only a handful, and then by the time I started, I think there was a dozen. And a couple of the people there kind of had this look like, oh great, here we go, he's going to talk about aerial photography. Here we are, a nature photography club at Fontenelle Forest. But by the end, everyone came up and said they really enjoyed it. They said I had an awesome history of Omaha, and that it was really informative, and they really appreciated what I did. So when I originally was going to do that for the club back a couple years ago, we talked about just doing something a little bit different because it's usually nature over and over and over. So that's how I ended up on aerial photography, and since I already started that, I just wanted to finish that. But the great thing about that is on my gallery, my aerial photo gallery, I now have not quite, but almost all my aerial photos over the last almost 20 years now. Starting with 2007, they're in each gallery for each year that I've done it. Some years I went on 2 or 3 flights, some years I went on 1 flight. There's still years like 2012, I only have 4 photos in there, so I need to go through that year. 2015, I only have 10 photos. But most of them, are in the 20 to 25 range. Some of them are 15. Just kind of a good mixture of different things I saw around town that year. Almost every year I have some downtown Omaha skylines. Usually have some of the sports fields, whether they were under construction, full, or being demolished. Everything from Rosenblatt, when it was full of people, till it was a parking lot. TD Ameritrade Park from when it was a parking lot until it was a full stadium. Warner Park from when it was a cornfield. I don't know, I didn't have one when it was a cornfield, but I had it when it was just graded dirt, nothing built to a full stadium. So all that, just then random things. I got the state capitol, I got the 2 rivers coming together. So one thing I added at the very bottom of that gallery page is I made a spreadsheet, or I had a spreadsheet I added to my website, so you can see every single helicopter that I've flown on over these last 18 years. Kind of cool. And then if you go to like the gallery page, obviously have all the photos from that year, and then you go down the bottom and it'll actually has the picture of the helicopter that I took these with. So some of them it's just this one Robinson here for last year. I only flew once, and it was in the the one helicopter. But you go back to like 2007, and I went on 2 different helicopters, and I happen to have both of them on there. So kind of a cool little thing I add to it, just kind of add a little more personal touch to it, something, a little more information besides the photos. So, but like I said, the Fontenelle Forest Camera Club, or Photography Club, that went great. Very nice group of people. If you're kind of looking to join a photography club down there in Bellevue at Fontenelle Forest, they were nice people, and I'm sure they would take more members. And then the other thing I've been really busy with is stuff for Grow Omaha. We toured the Mutual of Omaha Tower. We got all the way to the top of the Mutual of Omaha Tower. We toured the Tenaska Center, toured Epley Airfield's new terminal, concourse, and then we toured the Adventure Tower in Council Bluffs. Then we got a condo tour coming up. Oh, we toured some apartments. We have a condo tour coming up, and then another historic building rehab coming up too. So keeping really busy with the Grow Omaha stuff. That stuff's a lot of fun, and I enjoy that. It has, I won't say it's like taken away from my photography, but it has given me cool opportunities to meet people around town, and maybe have some connections in the future, like if I would like to go do some photos from one of their properties or something. So that's been a very good thing. And then going to the top of a brand new 40-floor skyscraper before the windows are in, that's always cool too. So my buddy Josh, that I do the annual crane trip and our annual photography trip, usually out to the Colorado, Utah somewhere. He was actually in town for work, so we went down to the river, did some photos along the river one night, and then we went down Leavenworth Street, shot some neon one night. So that was pretty cool. I don't have my photo adventures, my 2026 photo adventures all the way up to date. But if you go on there, the neon is on there. We went to Broncos and then La Casa. I already had a picture of the La Casa sign, but I got this one from a different angle, which was cool. Same with the Broncos. I already had a picture of Broncos, just something different. And then the other thing that kind of goes along with the La Casa and the Broncos is a page on my website that I've been meaning to work on for a long time, and I just never get to it. I've actually put time into it recently, and that's my Around Omaha page. So for the longest time, I had a picture of the Jocelyn Art Museum and the Jocelyn Castle, and that was it. So I added, the neon signs to it. So I got 2 different La Casas, 2 different Broncos, and then here in the second row, I found my picture from way back in the day of Piccolo Pete's Steakhouse down on 19th Street. I knew I had taken the picture. I don't remember how good or bad it was. It was just like I had taken it when I'd get to it. My thought was I'd get to it sometime. Found the picture finally. I was actually looking for something completely different for this same page, and I found the Piccolo sign. I was so happy. I processed it, and I sent it to Josh, and he goes, "You need to make some prints of that." And then I said, "It's already on my webpage." I had it on my webpage almost as fast as I processed it. So that's really cool. This was just such a neat, unique Omaha sign, kind of like Pepe at La Casa. So glad I found that, and then a few other pictures I've added to this. I do have more. I take pictures on Omaha all the time, and I had every intention of having historic landmarks on this Around Omaha page. So, going to keep working on that. I kind of made a list of a few more items that I need to find to put on there, and then kind of a mental list of some stuff around town that I need to work on too. And then, besides that, I've been actually, the work for clients has really been picking up lately, which is nice. That really, for me, not being a full-time photographer, I only work for a few different people that I kind of know and have relationships with. Not that I wouldn't talk to someone new, but I'm not out there actively advertising, looking for new people to shoot for. But pretty much all the people I do shoot for have contacted me in the last month or so and needed photos, so it's kind of been nice to get through some of that. All that to say, I've been really busy. I've been having a lot of fun. I've been excited with the pictures I've been taking for myself, getting out, shooting some skyline stuff, shooting, went down and did some long exposure stuff from a couple different hills in Omaha. Just I'm having fun out shooting. So the videos kind of just took a back seat, and I feel like sometimes when I kind of get into a rut with something, I just kind of forget about it for a little bit and then come back. And like right now with this Beer with Brad, I'm having fun. I remember what I enjoyed about these, showing you what I've been up to, telling you about art fairs and stuff like that. So I'm glad I got back on here making one. I'm glad I've spent a lot of time on my website. There are still things missing on my website, and some of these pictures need descriptions and stuff to go with them, but they're all on there and they're all viewable, and I'm happy I've made a ton of progress on that. But so the art fair coming up, like I said, Countryside Village, 87th Pacific, Saturday, May 30th, Sunday, May 31st. Both days start at 10. Saturday goes till 5, Sunday goes at 4. I am right by the Casual Pint like I have been for the last several years now. I really enjoy that spot. For the longest time, they've had me out on Pacific Street. Traffic, noise kind of got old after a while, but being in the heart of the village up there, it's really been a nice change. And like I always say, I just enjoy getting out and displaying my artwork. To me, a finished picture is a piece hanging on the wall. It's not looking at something on a computer screen, or worse yet, looking at something on your phone. And so I just enjoy getting all my photos out, getting them on display. Happy when I sell a few. It helps me to keep doing this, upgrade equipment. It helps pay for the website. Photoshop went up again this February or March. It's getting up there in price. So, selling a couple prints at the art fair really helps keep this. I always joke when people ask me about the photography. I say it's a hobby that got out of control. It's the art fairs kind of keep it rolling, and so do the few photo shoots I do for clients every year. It keeps the photography rolling. So I always appreciate when people support me like that. Well, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. I'm glad that you hung on for 3 months. Uh, Hopefully, I can come up with some ideas. You know, the summer's always kind of busy, but I'm out doing things, so sometimes more ideas pop into my head than in the winter when I'm just kind of running like day to day. You know, kind of getting in a rut of doing work, kids, house, bed, every day. Summer opens up more opportunities, which gets my mind rolling. So hopefully I'll think of more things to talk about. We're also probably like 2 years since I've done a question and answer. Need to get on one of those again. It'd be fun to do one live. I don't know that I have the number of subscribers on my channel to make that really feasible. I don't know. I've never done one, so I don't know how it would work. But doing one live would be fun. And if there was enough interaction, enough participation. I also maybe thought about we'll do one live, but also have some planned questions ahead of time or pre-submitted questions. So gonna try to get that figured out this summer. But like I said, thanks for tuning in. Hope everyone's enjoying their Kros Strain double dry hop fairy nectar, and we'll see you again next time.